Oh, hey there. Have you ever been in a situation where you want some cold drinks, but you don't have a fridge? Or you're traveling and you don't want to have to carry a bunch of ice? Well, I think I've got the perfect solution for you. Come with me, I'll show you. So, here's my truck. Spend most of my day, working and living out of it. Not really living, but working out of it. And I keep that MF thing on me. Now, what is that MF thing? Well, the MF thing is the Anker Solix Everfrost number 2. But I got it loaded and it's always full. Always ready to go. Now, the reason why they call it the Solix is because it is completely solar powered and it maintains temperature, especially when you have it plugged in. Now, you can have it plugged in 2 ways. We have a port for our DC charging here for your wall. So your AC-DC converter plugs into here. And then you have your solar part plug right here. You have an XT60. And then the way I have mine set up, I've got, probably see those. Here, let me turn the light on. Get the light on. I've got cables that I haven't finished routing because it hasn't been a priority. But I've got cables going up to the roof of my camper shell. And the roof of my camper shell has what you would call a solar panel. Now, the nice thing is, Anker actually does sell. They do sell their own portable solar panel. And it's pretty good. It's rated at 100 watts. I've consistently seen probably around like 50 or 60. But I mean, it's a portable solar panel that is, it's pretty useful. It's got these little buttons, and when you snap these buttons in, it acts as a stand, so you can. You gotta do both sides, but you get the idea. Now you have a freestanding solar panel that you can, fold up like origami and put it in the back of your vehicle. Now I'm slowly building my camping setup, so the solar panel is living on it, which means that the Solix lives in the truck and it lives on. All right, so a little bit more about the Anker Solix. It comes, as you see here, physically. It's got vents on this side, as well as vents on that side. I'm guessing it's for the refrigerant pump or the electronics that are inside. Mine came with 1 battery, but here I have 2 installed, and they do get the 2 days or 2 days plus. It really depends, I think, on how often you end up opening it. Just like any other cooler. Oh, and this also happens to be the 48 quart, I believe. The smaller, or the 40 quart. This is the smaller of the 2 versions. It's only got a single chamber, which is cool. Get it? Cool. But so far, I've had nothing but a good experience with it. I've had this in my truck running since it's come out, which has probably been about a month or so. And it's been running the entire time. We had like a week where it was cloudy here where I live, and in that week, I did charge it using the AC/DC input. So here we have the cover for the batteries. You just line it up, pop it in. If you want to charge a battery for the charge them separately, right here, you open that plug and you can see the ports on the interior. So that's a nice little touch. All the covers and everything are rubberized. I wouldn't leave this in the rain. I don't believe it's like IP65 or anything. But it does come, the handle doubles as a table. So there's a bar right here that you drop, and it does rest on the side of the cooler, giving you a little table to hang out on. Also doubles as a longer handle for when you're pulling it to your fishing spot, camping spot, tailgate, ski, wherever you want to use it. I actually did have a really good experience where I had this in the truck and I was driving across the state and I was visiting another city, and they had a farmer's market, and at that farmer's market they had a vendor selling very, very high quality beef. Now that vendor, he's local, he had dry ice in his cooler, and he had his setup, but being that I was from out of town, keeping this thing cool was going to be a logistical issue, since it was Sunday, didn't want to go to the gas station and get ice. But I was able to actually turn the cooler down to sub-zero. I believe it goes down to -9 Fahrenheit. I don't know, was it -13 Celsius or so? And I was able to actually transport the beef that I had bought without warning, and take it home and it still be frozen. So that I was really happy with the fact that it's so useful in things that you wouldn't even think of having the experience to plan for, and it did what it's supposed to do. So like I said, I've had it for about a month or so, maybe a month and a half, but it's been running ever since, nonstop, 24/7, the entire time, and I haven't had a single issue. I did expand the battery because it comes with a single battery. Bought the second battery, that was worth it. I also bought the solar panel and installed it. Another thing I learned about this is that you can actually use third-party solar panels, so long as it's under 28 volts and under, I believe, 200 watts. I stuck to a 100 watt because of the footprint on my truck, but so long as it's under 200 watts, you should be fine charging and running the Solix Everfrost 2. Now, would I recommend this over a traditional cooler? I mean, if you want to, so when I buy things, the school of thought that I use is, if it's easier, I'm going to use it more. And keeping drinks cool in this cooler versus a traditional cooler is easier because there's less setup. There's more of an investment. This is a $1,200 cooler, and the solar panel from Anker is another $150, $200. I did find the solar panel that's on my truck for around $100. I forgot which one it was. Ecoworthy. So it's an Ecoworthy 100 watt glass monocrystalline solar panel, and it's monocrystalline borosilicate, which means it's going to be efficient, almost guaranteed more than a flexible or semi-rigid solar panel. Oh, and shout out to my boy Will. Will, you recommended the Ecoworthy, and so far it's been amazing. But yeah, use case with this cooler, even better, because it's a light, small panel that actually does charge this cooler in about, let's say, 4 hours from dead with good sunlight, and that's while it's running at like 32 degrees. Now understand, when you run a lower temperature, like 0 or even that -9, your duty cycle, the amount of time that the cooler is on, increases greatly, because you're fighting all of the energy that is leaking into the cooler from the outside. So the lower in temperature you go, the more energy you're going to have to use in order to remove thermal energy, which, you know, in the form of heat, from the cooling chamber. So 32 degrees, it has a lower duty cycle. It's probably going to last longer, but it is more efficient. There are also 3 modes. You have a turbo mode, you have eco mode, and then you have your smart mode. Now, the cooler is smart. It does have a smart mode. I don't think they're marketing it as using AI, but it does know how to efficiently keep a set temperature. I think what it also does is it increases the PID loop range of the temperatures that are acceptable. So it plays with energy and input and outputs, and in the sense that, like, it configures it all mathematically to run it as efficiently as it can. But like I said, solar panel on the roof, it always stays charged. With 2 batteries, 32 degrees, full or empty, you're looking at it staying on for at least 2 days. At least. Now, that wasn't 2 days in the sun, but it was 2 days in my camper shell. And it gets pretty warm in there. So, all in all, I like it. I've greatly enjoyed having it in my life. I've been waiting to make this video because I wanted to make sure that I had enough personal data points to really give a good, to give not a good review, but to give an informative review of how I've liked this. If you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I'll circle back through the comments, and if I need to make a follow-up video, I will. So, thank you.